Welcome back to the 5th lesson of Doodling with Purpose, a week-to-week guide to learning to draw and write hieroglyphics. We're going to pick up where we left off last time with another 3 hieroglyphics, as well as kind of a brief lesson each time, so that way we're not getting, overwhelmed all at once. We're learning a little bit each week. And eventually, actually not that far off, you're going to be able to write your name in hieroglyphics. You're going to know enough letters and enough sounds that you'll be able to write all of the glyphs for your first and last name. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole thing about there not being vowels in hieroglyphics quite yet, but I want to just lay that out there, especially as you get towards writing your name. And I know we've talked about A and I, but the only thing to really know is everything in Egyptian hieroglyphics is a consonant, at least the things that are letters. A lot of the hieroglyphics are actually what are called determinatives, which means they're symbols that represent a concept that are at the end of the word to help you understand it. For example, some common ones in ancient Egyptian are things like woman, bird, sky, insect, sun, place, town, those type of things. And the Egyptians still wrote out the name of a town, but for example, they would follow it with that circle with the X. That's how you knew it was a town name. That's how a determinative works. All right. We're not going to be getting into that, though. We're really going to just focus on writing each letter, and we're going to do 3 at a time. But I do like to include things like the idea of the consonants and determinatives, just so you can build up your knowledge of the Egyptian hieroglyphic alphabet, which, again, as review, are just fancy letters. Don't think of them as much as pictures, as think of them as just very, very fancy letters that happen to look like pictures. All right, with that, it's time for review, and let's look at the glyphs that we learned last week. All right, first up, we're going to have the disc or placenta, which is a circle with 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty simple. Then we're going to do the oxtail with lines at the top, lines at the bottom, and a line for the stomach. And then finally, we're going to do the reed, which is an eye. All right, we're doing awesome. Congratulations. Let's get ready for 3 brand new hieroglyphics to add to your glyph knowledge. Now, we're still doing the single sound consonants, but eventually we're going to get to multiple sound consonants. That is how we get to all of those 150 I was mentioning. You may be wondering, wait a minute, we're already through like K and H, but that's because we haven't gotten to the double consonant or eventually the triple consonant sounds. But again, that's why we're doing this very slowly and one step at a time. So today we're going to look at 3 more single consonant sounds. All right, today's first is the K, the hard K. This is a basket with a little hook on it. It's based on an Egyptian basket. This is an ancient Egyptian basket brought out that was uncovered through archaeology. This is what they looked like, and yeah, it translates quite well to a hieroglyphic. All right, let me show you the proper way to draw this one. It's a pretty simple one. We start with a line, then a loop at the bottom, and then the hook. Again, a line, a loop at the bottom, and a hook. And that's it. That's how you do the letter K. The next one is a K sound, kind of like a Q. It's also like a K. It's a KQ. It's a hill. It's not this hill. It's more like this hill. It's meant to be the side of a hill against a mountaintop like you would see in the Valley of the Kings here or against the Nile River. There are lots of hills all over Egypt. All right, so the K sound, the K, like Q or K, it's also relatively simple, a backwards L and then up with a little squiggle. Backwards L and up with a little squiggle. And that is the K sound. Next up is the L, the L, which is a lion. Now, this is not an ancient Egyptian letter. This was added by the Greeks to spell out names like Ptolemy and Cleopatra. But you're going to still find it often, and it's an important one to learn. Start with the snout, then loop around for the mane, the body, leg number 1, leg number 2, a little tail, dot for the eye, and dot for the nose. All right, again, the face starts with a rectangle at an angle, loop around for the mane, a circle for the body, leg 1, leg 2, a tail, eye, and nose. And that is the L, the L, like a lion. One more time. Loop around, the body, legs, and a tail. And then the facial features. All right, we're making progress. We're making great progress. Congratulations on getting another 3 glyphs. Remember to practice all of them all the way back to the bird for the ah sound. And we're going to get to enough that you'll be writing your name in just another 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, depending on what your name is. Until then, this has been Scott with Doodling with Purpose. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to always get the latest Doodling with Purpose lesson. Week by week, hieroglyphics, step by step.